A lot of companies reach out to companies such as yours to kind of assist them in this process. What is the role of a third-party, partner, and what capabilities should companies look for in a partner?
Well, that's a great question, and I think there are some key attributes that will have a significant impact on the success of the partnership or alliance with the third party. First one, Adrian, it's not something that a lot of people spend a lot of time talking about or thinking about, and I think it's a topic that some people actually want to run away from. But one of the things I think is incredibly important is a synchronization of values between the organizations. Is the way your third party does business consistent with the way I do business? Is the way they treat their associates? Is the way they treat their suppliers, the customers, etc.? Are the values in sync, first and foremost? The second that I think is critically important is the level of experience and expertise they bring to the table. I mentioned I was talking to a company here very recently, and I was listening to the back and forth, and it was obvious to me was what I called earlier the silotization within the organization. And that's why one of the things we've been doing a lot, we have a thing we call our rapid assessment process, is it's a dynamite process where we cause people to take a step back, take a look at this is the way we're doing business, and then ask the question, is this how we want to do business? And one of the questions we like to ask, and something that I think is important, if time and talent were no issue, is this the way we would be running our business? Let's work backward. Let's ask ourselves the question, is time and talent and treasure, call it the 3 T's or whatever, if they were not an issue, if I could spend the money that I wanted and get the people that I wanted and had the time to do it, would I want to do it better? And oftentimes people say, well, of course I would, Mike. Who would answer no to that question? Then I say, well, then we can have a dialogue about saying, well, now we induce some factors, and time, talent, and treasure is a factor, but let's come up with some scenarios that allow us to go after the slow fat rabbits, the low hanging fruit, all those consulting terms that people treasure. And now I can create a scenario as a third party that you may not have been familiar with. And that's because of the experience and expertise. So first one is values, second one is experience and expertise, and then the third one is resources. Do they have the resources to be able to effectively do what I need to have done? I mean, right now, Adrian, and I would just ask your audience to really think about this, okay? There's a debate going on within the industry. If I'm a shipper, do I go to a managed services solution, or do I go into an environment where I get my associates the tools they need so that they can effectively control what we're doing within an organization? And I think that's a question that has a direct impact on the success of that third-party relationship. Because if I have people in the organization that want to control it, and I make the decision to put it into a managed environment where their control is reduced, don't be surprised when those folks work to sabotage the managed solution capability. And I think that's just one of the realities.